This episode is sponsored by The Dream Exit. The Dream Exit is a private, bespoke program for successful entrepreneurs with annual revenue between $5 million and $100 million who realize that they have one chance to get their dream exit right, and that the odds of realizing that dream by themselves, all alone, or at the last minute are stacked against them. In less than 90 days, we teach you how to design, build, and execute a customized dream exit playbook that gets your business ready for sale at its maximum value and gets you ready to maximize your meaning and purpose in your post-exit life, even if today you are not ready to sell. You see, dream exits just don't happen. They are the result of early, professional, and proven planning. So if you're an entrepreneur with annual sales between 5 and 100 million, and you want to learn how to 10x to 100x your chances of achieving the dream exit you deserve, go to dreamexitplaybook.com today. Hey everybody, welcome back to this Friday episode, this free thinking Friday episode of the How Did It Happen podcast. So glad that you're here today. And today I'm going to be talking about why it's okay to be selfish. And I know that's like a weird thing because people are told from a very early age that it's bad to be selfish. But I wrote my book, Ownership, with the subtitle, How Getting Selfish Got Me Unstuck. And I think it's one of the most important and underrated and underappreciated things that a leader can be, and that is to be selfish, but not in the way that we've traditionally been taught what selfishness is. And I'm going to explain that in these 5 tips about selfishness that I'm going to give afterwards. But keep an open mind, try to put away this sort of idea that you have about what being selfish in the traditional sense means, which is basically always putting yourself before anybody else. That is not what I'm talking about here, and I'll explain it in these 5 tips. So these are 5 reasons or tips why I think it's okay to be selfish. And the 5th one is going to surprise you a little bit. So let's run through these. The first thing is time management. So being selfish with your time can lead to more focused efforts on high impact tasks, the things that you do that really move the needle and benefit the business or your life for that matter. So that's number 1, time management. Number 2 is quality decision making. This is one of the things I see most get away from entrepreneurs or high impact people, leaders, is that their decision-making quality is, let's just say, suspect. And for me, you have to know what you want before you have any chance of getting it. Prioritizing your own judgment and intuition often leads to better decisions rather than getting swayed by every piece of external advice or by the other thing that I think gets in the way of so many people, and that's speed. Like I have to have an answer. I have to make a decision very, very quickly. Being selfish with your decision-making, I think, gives you an edge, like a real significant edge, particularly when you've been selfish with your thinking enough to know what you are actually looking to accomplish. Number 3 is balance. For me, balance means that I'm adjusting my time, my energy, and my thinking to what's most important and necessary right now. Sometimes that's family, sometimes that's work, sometimes that's friends, and sometimes it's me. Knowing where I need to be and what I need to focus on leads to better long-term business and personal health. Number 4 is resource allocation. So being selfish with company resources, and me as being a part of the company is a company resource, just like you are. Capital, human resources, etc., increases focus, sharpens alignment and collaboration, and increases return on investment almost every time. And here's the 5th one, the surprise: detachment. Most people think that emotional investment is essential for success, like consistent, constant emotional investment. But being selfish enough to emotionally detach from work can actually help in making objective evaluations about long-term success planning. See, I think what being selfish does is it gives you a long-term perspective. And when you have a long-term perspective, you are going to be much better prepared to be impactful because you know exactly where you want to end up. And you know that it's not crucial, it's not even necessary, it's not even optimal to try to get there tomorrow or the next day. What's important is that you can remain detached from every single second of the day, but you are completely committed to the long-term success. So those are 5 things why I think it's okay to be selfish. I hope you agree with some of them. Here they are again, just to summarize. 1 is time management. 2 is quality decision making. 3 is balance. 4 is resource allocation. And the 5th one, the surprise, is detachment. So let me know what you think. I hope that this time has been valuable for you. And I think hopefully you got something out of this free thinking thought about selfishness today and why it's okay to be selfish. I love having this dialogue between us. And even though it seems like I'm doing all the talking, I'm actually doing some of the listening too, because I listen to what I think you're saying back to me. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's true. If you like the podcast or you like what I'm doing here, please follow, share it with your friends, talk about it. Mention it to me. Also, reach out if you've got something you want to share with me, some ideas you have about selfishness or any other thing that I've talked about or any guests that I've had on the show. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'd be happy to hear from you and correspond with you and learn from you. So I'll leave you with this. Please maximize the greatness that's inside of you today and make your future your property, something that you are very, very proud to own. Until next time. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the show. And before you go, I just have 3 requests for you. 1, if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing or following the podcast on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you're really into it, leave me a review, write something nice about me, give me 5 stars or whatever you feel is most appropriate. Number 2, I've got a book. It's called Owner Shift: How Getting Selfish Got Me Unstuck. It's an Amazon bestseller. And I'd love for you to read it or listen to it on Audible or wherever else, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can get it everywhere. If you're looking for inspiration that will help you unlock your greatness and potential, order or download it today so that you can have your very own copy. And if you get it, please let me know what you think. Number 3, my newsletter. I do a newsletter every Thursday, and I talk about things that are interesting to me or I give more information about the podcast and the podcast guests that I've had and the experiences that I've had with them. You can sign up for the podcast today at my website, which is my name, MikeMalatesta.com. You do that right now, put in your email address, and you'll get the very next issue. The newsletter is short, thoughtful, and designed to inspire, activate, and maximize the greatness in you.